Yeah, yeah, we're gonna do the demo in a minute, so you can do it after.
After that?
All right, folks, it's a few minutes, just one. Hold on there. Hosted by the Meta Betties. Thank you guys for you want to say something to the people real quick?
Hey, yeah, my name's Blakely. I'm the art director. This is your Yep. I love it. So yeah, I'm the artist director here and the campus. And I have an NFT collection called Meta Betties. They're hypersex and girls reborn on crypto, Solana and blockchain, and we speak about political mission, statements, cultural injustices, social conflict, and kind of just like Kink, test the boundaries, we push the limits, push the norms, and we try to normalize different lifestyles. So I'm happy that Kink is here. I'm happy that we're starting this relationship, and I can't wait to see what they do this year.
Awesome. Thank you so much. No, please. The dog is. Yes. So. So what we're doing first is a rope demo, and those you guys. A lot of ropes teach rope many different ways that you can see us perform on stage is about connection, intimacy, and closeness, and performing for the gallery, because it's also art. It's also artistry. Some people it's dance. Natalie and I have played in dance. I'm sorry, time for about a year now, and it's something I really enjoy. It's something that I don't know if she enjoys enough. She's my slave. That's that. That is not true. We have a game. We're talk about that. So what's going to happen is we're going to do 10-15 minutes scene, and then we'll open it up to questions for you folks that are curious, who've never experienced it. We'll also do tastings. If you want to be tied. We have a couple different rope tops here. Those are the people who do the time, so if you're curious about what it feels like, let us know, we're more than happy to give you a taste of it. Sound good? Awesome, sound good for you guys. You also have Zoom going on there, for people from across the country to tune in, actually from all the way from South Africa. Yes. Welcome guys.
Welcome.
So I'm gonna play music again. Kat's gonna be taking photos. Photos are permitted. Richard is gonna be documenting for us on his camera. He's with us recording the scene. So you guys are more than welcome to take. Awesome.
Woohoo!
Awesome. So I was like, let me do it in room 11, and then I started doing it. That was a bad thing. It's really, really, really hard. With that being said, so that was a harness that I learned, an offshoot of a harness that I learned from a gentleman by the name of David. He's an Italian, amazing, amazing artist. We're actually trying to get him here at the end of December or sometime in January to teach this harness out of many that he teaches. One that's a suspension moves. And the way it cradles the person, it makes the person feel like swallow. It's really incredible, amazing harness to learn. And for the folks who have done it with us regularly, that'll be the next harness that I teach you. It's once you get it, you got it. It's pretty incredible. What was that like for you guys watching? What was that like for you guys? Particularly?
It's hard, right?
There's no knots.
No.
That's the thing about it is it looks like there's knots, but you're just moving things around, and it's all reverse tension. That was the other thing about this piece. It's all reverse tension because I stayed away from rope for a long time because I couldn't remember all the knots, the names. So it's like we say names and I'm lost in it, I forget this. And then I learned from this gentleman coming from Italy about actions with the rope. And when I got that part of it, everything else fell. But it looks complicated. It's not difficult at all. What are we doing our rope class here?
September.
We're doing a rope class that's simple for beginners. It's like pick it up, and the idea behind it is just to learn how to handle comfortably. The minute you can do that, everything else opens up because if you get discouraged trying to learn something, you won't go back for a while. But if you find a way that you learn and that sticks, then it's yours. So we'll be doing over here. What's that like for you? Having time as much as we have.
Yeah, we could try a lot, but I think I've done demos. Obviously, very often, so so it was fun, very interesting to see my reactions and what my go-to reactions are, and play with them and then to shoot them.
Any questions? Folks in there, in the chat. Any questions from you guys? All right, so what we're gonna do is, I think we should back up. Is anyone curious about bean time? So this year we wrote time. So Matt and Shweta know how to tie, like chat with them and see what you're curious about, what the experiences, and they're both two very different books. So it's like they'll both have different approaches and perspectives on them. But definitely give it a shot, give it a taste. Yeah. All right, John, get the music back up. We'll be back at Sensation play. I'm gonna see you guys do the image. See you guys later. I'm gonna change the audio to microphone so you guys hear me.
Oh yeah, I just have to be here. So there's nothing in the chat, but I was thinking maybe it'd be nice if we drop the chat, like, hey, how's everybody doing? Any questions? Come in next. Oh, there's a thank you.
Give me 1 second. Let's see. Awesome, folks. Can you ask Paul if I'm coming through clear? Do I sound good for you guys? Is this coming through okay? Let me know in the chat. Awesome. That's a heart if I see a heart. Awesome. Thank you, Liv. Thank you so much. So up here, thank you, Tom. Up here we had a slideshow of about 500 different images that were curated. Come on, Michael, come hang out with me. Come be my cameraman. So these images behind me were curated over about, it's photography that I've accumulated over 6 years. We have a slideshow. These are all things that we didn't get to put out here. The way that we have these out here are themed on the approaches that we're going to have for education, and you'll see as we go along. So let's start at the front. Here, come follow me, Mike. Awesome. All right, all right. So what we have here is, and let's bring this closer. This is the screen here. No, it's all good. It's all good. I'll do it like that because it's hard to see with the other. All right. So what we have here is a video that was made to introduce who I am, who Kat is. Kat's co-founder of the Kink Collective, what the Kink Collective is, what is PBK, People Before Kink. So as this is playing, I'm going to read to you what it's saying in the voiceover. So we'll start with Kat. Kat, co-founder of the Kink Collective. My journey into kink, leather, and BDSM has been a lifelong exploration, filled with many twists and turns. It's a path that has brought profound growth and understanding, and I've dedicated myself to sharing this knowledge with others. Through kink education, group mentorship, and one-on-one counseling, I guide individuals in navigating their own unique journeys with confidence and safety. With over 30 years of personal experience in 12-step recovery, I've dedicated my life to helping and supporting others through their journeys. My commitment to grief counseling stems from my own experience of losing my mother to breast cancer when I was just 11. This profound loss shaped my path and ignited a passion for aiding others in their times of sorrow, especially when the loss is someone close, like a parent, brother, sister, or spouse. Recently, I've taken a deep dive into trauma recovery work, which has again transformed my life, bringing me to a level of confidence, peace, and happiness I never thought possible. The joy that comes from helping others to navigate these complex issues is truly indescribable. As co-founder of the Kink Collective, I get to create a safe, judgment-free community where people can know themselves better and make genuine connections. Whether you're seeking support in your kink journey or looking for guidance in other areas of recovery, I'm here to support you every step of the way. So that was Kat. I just happen to be on the screen now, so I'll read you me. All right. Josh, we're co-founder of the Kink Collective. For over a decade, I've dedicated my life to helping people achieve profound self-acceptance and become active participants in their own lives. My journey began with serving in the Marines and later transitioning to law enforcement, driven by a deep desire to help others. Yet, finding myself unable to truly connect and make a significant impact, I ultimately embraced the path of professional domination, where I began to make deep connections with clients and create lasting change for them. As a professional dominant, my journey has been one of transformative impact, guiding individuals through their deepest personal explorations. I also found my path to the God of my understanding through kink and BDSM, and now I have a burning passion to help others find their way to the faith of their own understanding. My unique approach has led me to develop non-traditional sexual behavior counseling, specifically tailored towards self-actualization. This innovative method has been a beacon for those looking to overcome shame and truly embrace their identity. In my role as director of NTSB counseling for integrated mind-body therapies, I combine my experience in professional dominance with my expertise in holistic wellness. My work extends to being an NTSB consultant, where I provide consultation services to other mental health professionals, assisting them in better understanding and supporting clients who struggle with issues of sexual identity. Through my comprehensive guidance and expertise, I enhance the therapeutic strategies employed by fellow practitioners, promoting a more inclusive and empathetic approach to mental health care. As an end-of-life doula, I provide compassionate guidance and support during life's most critical moments. My dedication has touched lives of hundreds, enabling them to break free of societal constraints and live richer, more authentic lives. My deep understanding of interpersonal dynamics and empathetic nature allow me to connect on a profound level, making a lasting impact on each person I work with. And then, what is the Kink Collective? Welcome. So what is the Kink Collective? The Kink Collective is dedicated to guiding you safely on your journey of self-discovery and sexual exploration. Our mission is to create a community where people feel safe, that they have the guidance of professionals and the support of others who are equally as committed to growth as they are. We're really passionate about helping folks explore and understand themselves through kink, as well as gaining a deeper understanding of themselves and their desires. If you're new to this journey or have years of experience, we provide a space where everyone can feel welcome and accepted. Whether you're attending one of the workshops or classes, joining the group mentorship program, or seeking personal transformation through individual work, know that you are in a safe and trusted space. We are building a supportive community where people connect, not just with others, but with themselves too. We offer education, group mentorship, and one-on-one counseling to help everyone navigate their path confidently. We also consult with mental health professionals on issues of sexual identity, bringing expertise and a lot of heart to our guidance. Come join us at the Kink Collective and be a part of the community that celebrates who you are. We're here to support you every step of the way. So, oh, that's Michael and Laura. They were the owners of Paddles before it closed. They are opening again soon, hopefully. Yes, I know. Secret sauce. All right, so what we're doing over here is the way we've broken it down is by modalities. Here at the Canvas 3.0 with the Meta Betties, what we're doing is we're covering 3 modalities of kink and fetish. Here we have sensation, different levels of sensation stimulation with Mary Grace,
one of my near and dear loves out from California. We have a slideshow of 10 images here, which I'll let it run through, and then we'll show you the other screen. We have them in landscape and portrait modes. We're looking at making some of this imagery available to the public. I also like donuts and cream. Donuts and cream. Awesome. Let's bring it over to the next. Here's some more imagery from the portrait mode. Kat, do you want to say anything to the people on Zoom?
Oh, hello, everybody. People on Zoom. Yeah, we're so excited to be here. I know you're going around telling them about what the art is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're super excited to be here. We were just talking about it. Okay. You know, this is where 50 Shades of Grey meets, you know, what I consider to be the rubber on the road. This is what people who practice BDSM and kink do. And what we're here to do is normalize the conversation. We've brought what we do into a public space where people can come and see that we're loving, caring people who connect with one another through BDSM. And we're super excited to be here and doing this for you.
Awesome. Thank you, Mama. All right. So this is sensation. Let's come over to the next set.
I love you guys. You guys, she's awesome. You're awesome.
Thank you, brother.
You know,
Thank you so
just
much.
anything I can do to help.
Thank you so much.
That's my thing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, since I got myself involved in that one and this one.
Yeah.
You know, so if there's anything I can do, 'cause you're gonna be here every Thursday.
Yeah. We will. We will spread it. I mean, we have a very particular approach to kink and BDSM, and the philosophy is people before kink. You are people before kink. You are who you are before what you do, before what you're into, before any labels, you're a person. And it's like when you can establish a connection on that level, the sky's limitless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. It's like we
A
can
lot
do
of
it.
people don't look at it.
So it's like that's what we teach is how is this for you? And then how does it empower you? And how do you understand your value within relationships and connections? And then when you realize the significance of integrity and truth in it and how far it gets you, it's like, why would you do any less? Right? And it's like all people are seeing here is the byproduct of truth and connection.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. When you go to these, I mean, some of these events are great, and some of them are just, you know, they're just geared for, it's all monetary stuff.
Yeah.
More or less. You know, I don't want to particularly name anything.
No, I know how.
But, you know, but some of them are more, it's all monetary.
You pay, you get in, and you're there, and
Bring it
then
in. Yeah.
yeah.
You know, and some of these guys, they don't really need to make money. So,
Yeah.
And so they do it for the love of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the difference, you know. But, I live in a Chris Mack party.
No, I've
That
been
he's in
here.
Vancouver.
Yeah, and I've known Chris for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna finish going through these real quick because I'm on the video.
You are.
But I will be back.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So let's bring it over to this one. So this set here is with a friend of mine by the name of Sean, amazing individual, and he's a dominant, and we've connected over a few years ago now. And the idea is, if you're going to top, if you're going to dominate, you need to know what it is to bottom at the very least. You need to know what it is to feel these instruments, to feel the emotions that's attached with the process. And so he's earning his rite of passage here. These floggers that you're seeing, these are about 12 pounds each. They're monsters. They're monsters. And he's a beast of a person. He's like 6'13", right? But these highlight the flogging modality that we're going to be teaching here. And we are going to teach flogging separate from impact and sensation because it's a very particular approach, it's a very particular technique. They handle differently than any other toys. Well, the longer toys. So we're going to be teaching a wide range of flogging techniques. Now, behind us is mummification. So these two here are from a scene that my slaves, Natalie and Karma, did, where they actually used the mummification to bond with each other, figuratively and literally, right? As two slaves, or two of my slaves coming in at different points of my life, where they needed to learn each other's energy and safety with each other. So they came down and they did their thing, and it was really quite incredible to be able to capture it. So we have two screens running. Actually, this was supposed to be rotated. That's what it was. Hi, how are you? So this here is another slideshow, and this one's called Healing Through Kink and People Before Kink. So healing through kink. Did you know that kink practices can be a powerful tool for healing? In the realm of NTSB counseling, kink modalities offer a unique path to physical, emotional, and mental well-being. We've witnessed remarkable transformations, such as regaining sensation in the foot through bastinado, a practice that involves rhythmic strikes to the soles, traditionally used for punishment, but in this case, stimulating a positive nerve response. It's really, really incredible. My slave Mary, who has nerve issues, we engaged in bastinado when I first learned about this technique, particular approach, and it brought sensation back to areas of her foot she hadn't felt in years. Really, really incredible. Kink isn't just about physical sensations. It's about regaining control and self-esteem. We've seen people with proper medical supervision find the confidence to reduce or even eliminate their need for anxiety medication through these practices. The structured consensual environment of kink allows for profound personal growth and mental clarity. Engaging in kink can also lead to increased physical strength and stress relief. These practices encourage self-awareness and introspection, often leading to emotional breakthroughs and a stronger sense of self. We shape these stories not to promote ourselves, but to inform and inspire. The healing potential of kink is vast and for many, life-changing. It's a reminder that recovery and growth can come from the most unexpected places. Explore the possibilities. Discover the power, healing power of kink. And then people before kink is our formula. This is the philosophy that puts this is the glue to everything. People before kink. We want to share about the philosophy that guides us at the Kink Collective, People Before Kink, or also known as PBK. PBK is pretty simple, but it's powerful. It means that who we are as people comes before all of the other ways we might identify. Before we're dominant, submissive, top, bottom, woman or man, we are a person. It's about seeing and understanding each other as individuals first, beyond all the labels and roles society might place on us. Whether it's about race, creed, color, orientation, or identification. We believe that when we prioritize getting to know ourselves and others as people first, everything else starts to fall into place. It helps create deeper, more meaningful connections. It's our experience that this approach can act as a compass for navigating your journey. It encourages authenticity and respect, creating a foundation of trust and understanding. At the Kink Collective, we build on this philosophy in everything we do, whether it's in our workshops, group discussions, or one-on-one counseling sessions. Join us in embracing people before kink. Let's take the time to see the person first and allow the other pieces to naturally fall into place. Awesome. Yes, yes. So let's come over to, let's focus on the middle one. Yeah. So this is a food set that was done with Evie, one of our leather sisters, a gentleman that was visiting us from the UK, and spaghetti. Sometimes I can still smell this scene. I can still smell this scene. It was horrible. If you have food phobias, this will kick it off. That was a really intense scene, and I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. But it was quite incredible. So to our right, I'm gonna step away from the speakers a little bit. We're gonna, this is the landscape, and then we have a portrait of being tied. So what you're watching there is a rope demo, a rope scene with myself and Raven. Raven's a mistress that I know down from DC who came up to teach rope, and she tied me at the end of our weekend intensive so that we can connect. It's important that as a top and as a dominant, that you go and you experience the modalities so you understand the vulnerability that you're asking for those who come beneath you. I fucking love that photo. Take a peek. Here's some more portrait one. Just let that scroll through. All right. I have to do some administrative stuff. So let's move on to the next one. Come over this. Oh, he showed up. He did come. Awesome. Cool. All right. So here we're talking about diversity, community, and each person's unique path, as well as the mission statement of the Kink community. Take a peek at this as it's. The Kink Collective welcomes, come on, get on my vest. The Kink Collective welcomes a diverse community of individuals, each with their own unique path and story. People come to us seeking tools for making meaningful connections. They recognize that there is more to learn than they can do on their own and seek the perspective and wisdom of those with more experience. They're looking for like-minded individuals, those who speak the same language and share the same passion. Our community members are on a journey of self-discovery. They yearn for the language and self-awareness to understand their desires and communicate them clearly to others. Many come to gain a deep understanding of BDSM, striving to overcome internalized shame, guilt, or negativity. Some come to feel a deeper connection with their chosen family within the community, while others seek to find their place within the leather scene, unsure of their identity or where they fit in. We also welcome newcomers, find it all unfamiliar and feel nervous and unknowledgeable. Every individual who joins us seeks understanding, to be seen and heard, and to learn about themselves and to how to meaningfully connect with others on a similar journey. At Kink Collective, you're not alone. Here, you can explore, learn, and grow in a safe, supportive environment where people before kink is our guiding principle. Mission statement of the Kink Collective. At the Kink Collective, we embrace authenticity, diversity, and the boundless spectrum of human expression. Our mission is to create a safe, respectful, and inclusive space that empowers individuals to explore and celebrate their unique identities and passions. Rooted in mutual respect and continuous learning, we strive to build a community where everyone can connect, grow, and thrive. We are committed to providing education, support, and resources that foster healthy, consensual, and fulfilling relationships. Through our efforts, we aim to dismantle stigma, nurture personal growth, and inspire a world where every individual can confidently express their true selves with integrity and compassion. So that's the mission statement of the Kink Collective as well. Now, what we're going to do is do a little walkthrough of some of the art that we have on display as well. Follow me, Cam. So we have prints of a lot of the imagery on display. This was a scene that happened in Washington, D.C. And it was a wax scene. Our friend, Mistress Lucy Ballbuster. This was at her party, and this gentleman is an extremely impressive wax stop. He's taking a knife and he's cutting the wax off of the person. Now this one down here is it's an embrace from two folks who frequented our events. One is our leather sister and her dominant. The image was very powerful when I captured it because they had a long distance relationship and would only be able to see each other a few times a month. I'm sorry, every so often. It wasn't a few times a month. It was maybe once every other month, maybe every 3 months. So to be able to capture their essence in their scene was quite incredible. I'm trying to get the glare out for you guys. Now, all of these images are available for sale. We're gonna have them up on the website soon. Let's take a peek over this. Oh, and this is Little Master, Josh, with the Little Master. I wasn't able to be present for Kinky Story Nights, so Karma made a little version of me to be at Kinky Story Nights. Here's some more work. This was a photo shoot we did at Paddles. Let's see if I can keep that clear. This is a photo shoot we did at Paddles, and really erotic. There's these two handsome leathermen that they came up dressed in gear, and they were beautiful. This hand holding was down from an intensive I did at Eastern Mountain. It's kind of hard to see how much glare there is in this space, but it's a hand hold. Beautiful, again, beautiful moments to capture. And then down here was from a photo shoot I did a couple years ago. There we go. Minus us. Let's see. What can I do? So that's a pair of boots, two pairs of boots with a cock and ball portraiture. This is actually from a cage, chastity cage. You see the scrapes in it? The scratches in the wood from getting a chastity cock through there a number of times. Follow me, follow me. So these are the famous shirts. We have our fisting shirt. We have them available from small to extra large. Spit in my mouth and call me beautiful. Made famous on Uncovered Conversations by yours truly. And I'm a big person on karma. A huge belief in karma, big time. And so this one says, I'm going to let the universe fix it because if I fix it, I'm going to jail. Right? So up here we have some more artwork, some more photography. We have from fisting to dripping cocks. Here, let's look at this. And if you look really close, you can see a little drip right there. If you're into CBT, so feel free to take the camera, pass them by, and just show different arts. Try to keep the glare, try to work the glare out for you guys. I'm gonna have to pull them down for you guys. I'll model all of them then. Let's see. Actually, let's try this. Let's turn this way. What if we do this? This. So there's nothing behind them. Oh, it's all gray wall. Sorry, guys, I'm trying. All right, so that didn't work. So let's see, we have this one down here. The crotch grab. There you go. This was actually a photo shoot with Felix FM Leathers gear. We were here doing some marketing for his clothes. Oh, and then the other mummification one was turned sideways and it works again. We'll come back to that one. I'm gonna let you guys play on a few different ones. Fisting is like a favorite of mine. This guy, you can see all the welts on his ass before I got into him. He said to me, he goes, Joshua, I don't think you can hurt me. I said, if that's what you want. What's the next demo? Already? Oh, shit. All right. So we're going to be doing sensation play next. Wow. Okay. So we'll come back to these after. We're going to set you guys up for sensation. Yeah. Oh, they're all fun. That's it. Thank you, man. So I'm gonna prop you here for now. Thank you, Shane. And I'm gonna take this. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. Thank you so much for all the kind words on the art. Looking through the comments now. Dead girl messaged me. I think I missed it. What you were talking about? Unless you're talking about donuts. You want to undress me?
Let me know. What are you wearing on your pants?
I have underwear.
You put on.
No, I don't have underwear.
Underwear.
Oh, right. Oh, right. That someone pissing on spaghetti. Who's that guy? Fire wand in someone's, but listen, that's a fire wand And not someone's butt look with a condom on it. For safety, for safety. Make sure I don't dirty my wands. All right. So let's pull that chair. Do we have one chair? All right. Yeah, let's do it that way so they can see my face. Good afternoon, folks. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. We're going to be moving on to our second demonstration. Actually, let me not yell into the mic. I got it. We're going to be doing a sensation demo. And what that is, sensation play is everything but pain, right? Intense sensation. What we're going to cover in this area of sensation is light touch. We have a few different toys. Grab the toys that we're going to be using. So we've grabbed a couple canes, and it's like, ooh, that's going to hurt. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. She's going to use it in a way that doesn't hurt, to show that all of these toys have a number of different ways that you can do it. Shweta, can you move that way? Thank you. So we're going to use canes and paddles in ways that aren't painful. Because with all the tattoos I have and all this BDSM stuff, I'm the biggest punk when it comes to intense sensation. I do not like pain. But then we pull out these the clawed gloves, which are some of my favorite. And who here's super ticklers? Like super ticklers. Those you will like, you love. The sensation is like, oh, you ever like get tickled on your back or your neck and you're like that's what those do, except all over your body, all over your body. We have a couple floggers as well. And again, the idea is to show you that we can bring out intense toys and they don't have to hurt, right? Sensation and stimulation is also subjective, right? What's painful for me may not be painful for you, it may be painful for you, will be painful for you. So it's like, what is pain, what is sensation, and what's our relationship to it? So what we're gonna do now, this is, how many times have you taught me?
For performance?
No, for not the intimate stuff. Like this type of stuff.
Maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. So like this is our first time doing it in public. She's very nervous. But it's I'm totally projecting. But the idea of it is I'm gonna bottom to her, right? And I'm the master Joshua, right? And she's my slave Natalie. But the idea is energy exchange. It's about vulnerability. It's about allowing access to yourself for connection. So we're going to start our scene. It's going to be about 10, 15 minutes, and then we'll do a Q&A. Hopefully I don't get too deep into the sensation and I'm not drooling by the end of it.
You want your subspace.
We got the shock collar. All right, so with that, I'm going to turn the music back on. We have a video going. We have a camera going for us, but you guys are more than welcome to take pictures. You guys are more than welcome to take videos. And at the end, we're going to do a Q&A. And we'll see you guys in 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to leave this over here so there's sound. Oh, I just saw it up there too.
He was that reaction.
Tom, man.
That's been good. What I like about that is that it forces me to be in my body, to relax. I was. But what really did it was the socks. Because I've been wearing them, right, and the minute you put them in, I smell them, like, we were outside and leather and shit, I'm like, wow. But it's brought me very present, and then I started feeling the sensation. And then I started saying to myself, why don't I? Because I don't get to do that often, to feel like it. So to allow her to lead me through that is really important. Thank you.
Yeah, I had a great time, obviously. I'm sure my face says it all. But yeah, it was nice to just go with the flow and see what happened and to just do. Again, it was very present moment binding. It's really nice.
Yeah, yeah. So what was that like for you guys? You guys have any questions about sensation or the implementation of the tools? Because we used a cane, did you use the paddle as well?
The only thing that's the only thing I did. But if I was gonna use it, I would have used it similarly to the cane, but I would have used it on this side rather than this side. I mean, I could have done it on this side, but I prefer this side, so.
Awesome. Yes.
So the question is, what were you actually doing? What was this?
Well, so the question is, what was it that we were doing? So the scene that we were doing is based on sensation, right? So we were using the different implements that people would usually connect intense sensation, like pain for some folks, using a cane or a paddle. And the idea is to use them in ways that can stimulate the body, make the person laugh, feel. In some instances, a sensation can be similar to something from the past, and it could take us back to that time. We used the claw glove, which I'm super ticklish. So having these come down was really incredible. What's cool about these in particular is that they're electroconductive. So they have metal splints on the inside. So if you had a body contact on you, it's like static electricity that you're using. Really, really cool. Did that answer the question for the folks who just walked in? Awesome, awesome, awesome. You can definitely come up, thekinkshop.com, check them out. They're not inexpensive, but they are totally worth the investment. Totally worth the investment. Yeah, please, you're more than welcome to come up, pick them up, touch them, feel them, see, ask any questions around them. Any other questions? Awesome, awesome. Natalie, thank you so much. Oh, yes.
See what somebody is master, and all the pictures is also the master. Do a scene in which he presents himself as the bottom, right? As when he is bottoming to a slave. What do you hope to convey, or why did you choose to do it in the opening, in the gallery, as part of this? What is your message in that?
So the idea is, as the master Joshua, the idea is, with everything about you being presented one way, and then you're bottoming, what's the significance of that? And the significance of that is to show one, vulnerability and trust that I have in my slave. I also want to feel as well, like we can't always do. Sometimes we need to rest and have someone walk us through an experience. And that's what Natalie was walking me through, is an experience because I trust her. It also allows you to build empathy with the bottom. So when you do engage in power exchange or energy exchange, there's a level of vulnerability that's associated with it that you can only understand if you're in it. So the fear of something hitting you is real. Did I do good enough is another element of bottoming and submitting. When a person is on the other side of it and has that question, well, was I good enough for the person who is leading me through this experience. Yes.
Little voice, so I'm sorry. I'm fairly new to Kink. So I feel for me in the Kink world, I stay down in the vanilla world, I'm submissive. So is me being submissive okay in the vanilla world and not move down?
So one of the things I try to do is I try to move the labels into different areas. So like a person isn't generally submissive because you're not submissive to everybody, right? You're submissive to those who earn your trust or respect, generally. Sometimes you have to be submissive in an emergency. Oh my God, shit's on fire. Someone's leading, everyone get out, and like you're following direction. But that's under duress is a different scenario. So being someone of service, someone who likes to give and provide, also being dominant in the private spaces, it's like, the question is, what's your relationship with vulnerability? And why, what prevents you from being submissive in the bedroom? And what prevents you being dominant outside? Right, so to get an understanding of your full range and spectrum of who am I as a whole person? Where am I in my dominance? And what does my submission look like? And who earns the right to either of them? Right, because it's like we have the power exchanges in society and there's power exchange in every relationship in life. But the chosen power exchanges, that's where we decide who earns access to our time, our body, and our resources. Right, so to be a dominant in the bedroom means I'm going to lead you and I risk the chance of making a mistake, hurting or harming you. Like there's a lot that comes with that. So it's like, who earns access to that as well? Did that help? I'll come to you right after.
Just in response. The idea of it being an energy exchange, giving and receiving. Normally we think of the dominant as giving the energy and the submissive as receiving, but the ability to receive the energy is very liberating. So if you remove the label of dominant and submission and substitute receiving and giving energy, it may help you reframe your thought process a little bit.
I got caught with my leg in. Your question. This is great because what we're drawing here is, well, where is the line for kink? Right? Where, at what point does sex become not vanilla? No. So, no, this is great because, so if you think about not the norm, right? Anything that's not the norm is kink. Anything. Exactly. So you would define, ultimately, I think everyone's kinky. I think it's how do we gain access to it, right? Because everything up here is enjoyable and accessible to everyone. If you just ask yourself, well, how can I find this enjoyable? And then the doors open, like caning. You pick up one of these. Who here thinks this is going to cause a world of pain? Just raise your hand so you guys can see. So there's people out here, right? I can go really quick, but you can also go really soft, and you can, right?
But if you put in my head, I'm sorry, like I said, I'm still new.
Yeah. But now check this out. What if you're tied up and the ice is being used on you, and then the stick's being used on you, and you can't do anything until the other person says you're ready? That's fair. So me and you are on the same side. The vulnerability. But when it comes to ice, like you're running with it. It's all about temperature play. Some people have used it as insertables. Take an ice cube and put it in, and then another thing you do is freeze coconut oil and use that as an insertable to create lube from the inside, right? So that it just feeds oils out of the body. Yes, he actually teaches an amazing class on sensation. Everyone, this is Tom.
Hi, nice to meet you. The other thing you can do is vary the ice with wax. So you're engaging in temperature extremes. So, you get a soy candle, you kind of have to learn how to drip it, but you're now playing with extremes in temperature, which creates different sensations, and your mind registers the energy differently. I'm a big proponent of energy exchange and the intention with which we do it. So it doesn't have to be just ice. It can be, yeah.
Orders.
Yeah. The other thing is it could be icy hot. Okay. All right. Yeah.
You put it on different parts of the body. No, but you'd be
No.
surprised because you think, oh my God, actually that's gonna burn because you put it down here at some point. And fuck your eyes up. Right, but serious, if you took some and maybe like you put it on your earlobe or you put it on your nipple just to see what the sensation is. We've done some pretty intense stuff. Like this is like our first day, so we can't go off the deep end on the creative parts of it. But like chain is another thing. If you bought chain and put it in the freezer, it won't melt. It'll just get warm.
And warm it up.
Just be careful with the hot.
Well, warm.
Yeah. Master Joshua said. No, yeah, just be careful with the temperature. I'm slowly getting dressed as we do this. Any other questions regarding sensation? What you guys saw up here? Any other questions? Oh. So what you're looking at here. All right. If there's no other questions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the music back up. We did our Q&A. What do we have next, Mama? Ooh, at 3:30. What time is it now? Oh, shit. All right. With that being said, Karma, grab what you're going to grab. All right, folks. Karma's going to be doing a reading from the book, Surviving Master Joshua, the BDSM Memoir of an Unfaithful Wife. So we'll see you guys in a moment. I'm just going to check the chat. Yes. Right. Oh, yes. Thekinkshop.com. Thekinkshop.com. Just so you know, they love it. Yeah, please, brother. Please help yourself. Help yourself. So I'm going to put the microphone back on here now, and I'm going to leave you here for now.
But that's fine.
All right. So this is the microphone so that they can hear you.
Sure. Are you gonna get the room for me or do I need to? Focus, focus.
Yeah.
All right, folks, if we can get together, we're gonna have a reading from, Surviving Master Joshua, the BDSM memoir of Unfaithful Wife.
You got it. Yes, okay. I'll do the I'm here stance. Hello, everybody. My name is Karma Said. I am the author of Surviving Master Joshua, the BDSM memoir of an unfaithful wife. Let me say that again. Surviving Master Joshua, the BDSM memoir of an unfaithful wife. That's mine. I'm Karma Said. I am Master Joshua's slave. And this book was written about the beginning of our relationship and then the beginning of my involvement in kink as well. It was my, entry to kink. And before I read the part of the book that I wanted to read, I want to read a paragraph from the book BDSM, Sadomasochism and BDSM in the 20th century, because I was just researching for an article and I came across this paragraph and it kind of tied up my personal history with the whole history of kink and what we're all trying to do here. So this is the paragraph I'll read to you before, and then I'll read to you a chapter from our own book. The BDSM community demonstrates how a minority sexual community can pursue sexual citizenship, a concept introduced by David Evans and advanced by Jeffrey Weeks and others. Sexual citizenship involves the interaction of sexual and political life and bridges private and public spheres. While sexual activities themselves are often consummated in private, finding sexual partners is necessarily a public act. It requires free sexual expression, the ability to publicly state one's desires and seek those who share them. No matter how private, sexual activity requires some level of public acceptance. As Evan explained, for most sexual minorities, commitment to their sexual citizenship rights is chiefly expressed through their out participation in commercial private territories, which means sadomasochists, people who practice BDSM, were systemically denied sexual privacy and thus sexual citizenship. That's a little bit of background. That's not me. That's not me. I mean, thanks, but that's me, not me. That is just the research I'm doing. And it really kind of hit me right here because I realized that is what the Kink Collective is actively doing for people who engage in kink. And that's what Master Joshua has been doing, and that's what I've been doing with him. And it's nice to see a larger purpose to your own personal, romance. This was written in 2018. But why? I asked him. To what end? What do you get out of it? Why do you do this? It's my purpose, he replies.
He speaks about ushering in a brave new era in which the groin is not segregated by shame from the rest of the body. Desires will be explored rather than suppressed. Sexuality and emotion will be shared with an open hand, not like money, but like a song, which grows richer and stronger the more voices join in. And why not? 20 years ago, who could have imagined something like gay marriage or gender inclusive bathrooms or a phenomena like 50 Shades? So who's to say that kink as a lifestyle can't be mixed? Imagine the suffering we would lift just by allowing people to be themselves, he enthused. He shows Kat and me a recent article. A Long Island judge, a married father of 3, was caught stealing panties from his 25-year-old neighbor's laundry bin. He was arrested for burglary, disbarred, and faces up to 25 years in prison. The man wants to wear women's clothing, that's all. He knew about us. If he knew about us, he could have come out here and hang out in a thong. But he was too ashamed to admit it, so he had to steal. And now his life is ruined. His children's lives are ruined. And for what? Joshua shakes his head, frustrated. He is a champion for most sexual deviants, but has a particular soft spot for cross-dressers, as the term was then, being that he himself had just came out as one. Last weekend, in a leather bar where he is known as a famed NYC's big bad macho dom, he made an appearance in a corseted evening gown, heavy makeup, a flaming red wig, and 9-inch stilettos, the hills of which are shaped like a barrel of a gun, and in which he walks enviably well. 3 of his male disciples, a makeup artist, a drag queen, a photographer, helped him with the transformation. There was a mirror in the room where they were doing my makeup. For the 2 hours that it took, I didn't dare look. When I did, I was amazed. I couldn't believe it. It was stunning, me in female form. And I was so beautiful, he recalls, tears welling. He had wanted to express his feminine side for years, he adds, but prejudice and fear of ridicule had held him back. When I put on those heels and walked out of the door in them like I was born for it, a fucking flower bloomed. When I enter the club, he is leaning over the kitchen counter like it's a podium, dressed in nothing but a pair of striped pink panties. His fingernails and toenails are painted red. His eyebrows shaved clean off. His eyes subtly accented with black kohl. Somehow, all of this fanfare takes nothing away from his masculinity. On the contrary, he is enhanced, even more virile. Enthusiasm, pheromones, and raw charisma are rolling off his bare chest in waves. Woo. And I am sitting across from him on the black leather sofa, small and studious, taking notes for my memoir and trying to translate this flow of motivational quotes into something concrete. When it hits me that I'm looking at it, it's real, the self-actualization he preaches. I can see it on him. He looks healthier, happier, more himself today than he was just last week. He is something gone right with the world. And here is what he is trying to give people, I realize. This is his purpose. With all my skepticism, I do see it now, and it is lovely. I stand up and cover his hand with my own, and for a moment, I am touched by a bright certainty that if I just hold on to his hand and continue down this road with him, I too will be redeemed. We will stop lying. We will stop hiding. I will tell David everything. Once the dust settles, I will publish my memoir. I will speak my truth so that other people might hear it, and maybe it will guide someone, just as I'm looking to Joshua to guide me now. I too will have a purpose. This vision fills me with hope. When Kat leaves the room, I hug Joshua and try to convey the emotion with my eyes. I love you, I tell him. He hugs me back and kisses my cheek tenderly, as if he understood what I was really trying to say. He replies, I love you too. But then he glances at his phone and at the door and tells me about another friend of who is coming soon. He doesn't ask me to leave, but he doesn't invite me to stay either. It's late, I should be going, I offer, and he nods. The time to talk about my vision has passed. I pack my things and I watch as another woman enters and sits in the exact indentation my butt has left in the sofa.
He gingerly kisses me goodbye, lips closed, eyes open, and hugs her hello. Then he settles back in his podium in the exact same spot, picking up from the almost exact same spot where me and him left off. The script remains the same, only the audience changes. As the door clicks shut behind me, my beautiful flash of certainty slowly fades to black. Thank you.
Phenomenal. Karma, ladies and gentlemen. The book is, excuse me.
Oh yeah.
You're welcome. The book is incredible because it's a real story. It's our relationship over a 5-year time frame from 2018 to 23, about roughly.
Yeah.
And it's a page turner. Has anyone here read it? It's a page that I know people who've read it in like 24 hours. It's really incredible. It's like I already decided who's gonna play us. It's Channing Tatum and who's the other one in that movie that just came out? The space movie. It was Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson, Channing Tatum. You guys are watching. Any questions about?
I think I'm Scarlett Johansson.
Yes. Any questions for the author or Carmen? Awesome. Awesome. Yes.
So, over a 5-year relationship, what were like things that you had in your mind when writing to like go, I need to include this, I need to include this?
I see. Well, it only became clear to me that it's going to be a memoir about. Well, what happened was I was researching Joshua for an article I was writing. Right, I was at the time I was a reporter at a religiously conservative newspaper, and I was kind of like the young bold voice in that. I was like the token liberal in that environment. And I was reporting on religious people in the Kink scene. And a friend who worked for the paper referred me to his then partner. And I became, enthralled immediately, not, and that story though, was my reason to continue. Like my interest in it was immediate. I knew it wasn't like a story I'm writing, but the story was a reason to do this. It was like my justification because I am married and I have kids, and the whole pursuing the whole thing was like not something I planned to do. But I was writing an article. So I researched him, and slowly the topic of the article changed from, I had to let that specific one go. So the topic changed into the BDSM world and make it a bigger article. And then it's sort of like, as things began to happen between us, it became more of a journal. And after it became more of a journal, it was sort of like a combination of articles and journals. And I'm like, this thing has to get out. But of course, it can only come out after I was writing it as it happened, more as a journal. Also, I was like, one day I'm going to use this stuff, but it could only be used as a book after my husband, after it became an ethical non-monogamy rather than a something I'm hiding. Because if I'm hiding, I definitely can't write a book about it.
It's an incredible book about righting wrong. I mean, when she came up with the title, it's like, well, what's the other part? Because she goes, the BDSM memoir, I go, of an unfaithful wife. She's like, oh, like that was really hard. But when you read, like, the tough part about it is that it's real life, right? There's people, there's feelings, there's emotions, there's vulnerability, there's mistakes, there's the humanity of being a person. And the thing about the leather journey is it's built on integrity. Right now, my summarized version of how I found myself to give permission was, it was a very difficult time in my life, and she was the only one hearing what I was saying. That with, I just needed her permission. She gave me her. Everything beyond that was her responsibility. That's the math behind it as I perceive it. That isn't the truth. The truth was, I should have made sure all the ducks were in a row before pursuing that, because what came next was very, very different. Very, very painful. And it's in those pages where you get to hear her side of it. And then what we did to fix it.
That took like more guts than I ever thought I had.
There's a question over here, Carmen.
Sorry. Since you said that you're married, have kids, how did you separate it? Because now you got a new boyfriend. And who
What do you
got-
mean by new? Wait, sorry, yes,
Well,
go
I
ahead.
mean, this is a new world for you. This
Yes.
is a new guy, it's a new experience. So now you have a whole new relationship. Who you have a husband, so now you got to know another man, and you got to put your trust in another. Like, how did you separate it? How did that work for you? Because that's a little hard for me. I don't want to meet somebody in the kink world, because now it's like you're my boyfriend or you're my girlfriend. And we got to really know each other. And I already have somebody, and they might not understand this life. So it's a little confusing. So I'm just curious on how did you navigate it?
I didn't actually choose. How did I navigate it? I navigated it by putting really, I didn't navigate it. I wanted it. And I followed what I wanted. And I wanted it more than I was afraid of. Following the fear is something I tried to do throughout the relationship, saying this is too dangerous, this is not right, this is too risky, I have too much to lose. It just didn't work on me, because on the other end of it was like, I am compelled, I am fascinated, I'm drawn, and it feels like being alive, and it actually feels right, even if everything else says it's wrong. So it's sort of like, I'm gonna have to follow what draws me, and then just fix whatever I did wrong on the, like, as in, I'm gonna have to make this right, because I need it. I want it, I need it, I'm going. So everything else is gonna have to change.
But in the book, you get to see what you feel in that, because ultimately, to keep two lives is very, 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 very difficult. Like, shit'll put you in the grave to that degree, right? Because it's like, so what do we do? How do we make this right? And it goes into that, because it is difficult. Like, I think most people will go through their lives the first 20 years before opening a door and saying, I'm curious about the shit I haven't spoken to with anyone. Because everyone's got it. Everyone's got it. And then it's like, now you're 10 years into a relationship. It's like, well, how do I address it with this person who I haven't told the whole truth to since day one? Because now what are they going to think of me? And the funny shit is, the other person's thinking the same thing. 99% of the time, there's a shame that's built off of religion or culture or gender or societal expectations to some degree that will prevent a person from sharing, because I'm going to lose it all and I might burst into flames, right? Whatever that fear is, but it's real. It's real until you feel safe enough to share it with someone and see that you don't burst into flames, that because you're being vulnerable with that person, the person, when you build a relationship on trust, right? Real trust, not like we're trying to just hope our investment into the house and the dog and the cat goes well. When you get to open that door, what lies past that trust is vulnerability and truth, right? Truth in, this is who I am and I'm not afraid to show you because you accept it. And that's ultimately, that's the math of BDSM. It's like, imagine a relationship where you can have such deep trust and vulnerability with a person that you could tell them anything and they won't judge you.
So you don't care if anybody judges you, and then if this is what you like, should you come into a relationship informing someone, whether they like it or not? Like,
Not a lot of people have that ability. You're lucky. You're lucky to say, fuck it, right? No, but like, because that cuts through the bullshit. Right now, the other thing is, because I like to lead with my cards. I will show you who I am right off the gate, and I expect the same. And if I don't feel like I'm getting the same, there's no reason to be here. So it's like, but not everyone.
If she got married and had kids and she didn't live her life, that's crazy.
But that's life. That's most people. That's a lot. That's world. That's a society. Because we want to not disappoint the people around us. I don't want to, I want to make sure no one's feelings get hurt and all that shit. Not everyone, like, I call it unplugging from the matrix, right? I call it, some people call it midlife crisis, right? They'll change something significant in their life because some shit's wrong, so I gotta do something. I gotta divorce, adopt, fucking buy a house, something to fill something that's not there. And it's simple, what's not there is truth. This is who I am, and I need to express it, right? And I think the deepest you can go is through sexual identity, sexual expression. That is the most vulnerable thing you can have with somebody. If you can talk to them about that, you can talk to them about anything. And it's like, that's the idea. And it's not just your romantic partner, it's everybody in your life. Because you should be able to be yourself as much as you possibly can. Like I tell people, think of the person you feel safest with. Some people don't have that person to begin with. But then you say, you think about the pinnacle of that person, 100%, I come in and it's like, no problem. Everybody should be like that. Now, the other thing is, none of us were taught. So what do we do, right? So when you have this awareness, the thing you have to do is be the person you wanted to see. You need it. So you have to be vulnerable. You have to be giving them the example of openness so that they can see they're safe to receive it. It's not always going to work. Some people aren't going to have the conversation. They're not going to be present with you. Like my favorite question is, do you believe in life after death? Anyone who knows me knows. And it's not, I don't care about your answer. I care that you'll think about it with me. Right? And it's like finding the shit that matters to you so that you can connect with people all around you because now you're the light, or you're the safe space.
There's one question that people always seem to want to ask and don't usually ask, and they assume. But my husband from the book and I are together, and we're raising our kids together. And Joshua and my relationship with him are part of our life, and a part of our life that we are okay with. Like it's like not a big deal anymore.
Yeah.
So
you're married
yeah,
to that same man?
yeah, he's a good. No, it's what we call a don't ask, don't tell. It's sort of we took our time and we went through the process of discovering what works for us in order to maintain it, because I did not want to give it up and he did not want to give me up. So, and he was like, I don't know how to do it, but we found our way, and our way was the way. It's like, I'm okay. And I believe that you are within your rights as a human being to do what you're doing, because this seems to be the way you need and want to express yourself. And I am not one who can do that with you. So I can understand and respect and be okay with your need to do it with somebody else, and also with your freedom to do it with something, because I was like, when we married, the idea of polyamory didn't exist, right? It just wasn't in the vocabulary. It existed, but it was weird at the time. It wasn't something normal people think about. And now we were all like, everything is different now. And I told him, if that option was on the table when we got married, I would have been let's do this. But it wasn't in the vocabulary. So I didn't know it existed or how to relate to it. So I just accepted monogamy as sort of like, that's what you need to do. If you want stuff to, and he was the same, right? And that's, I think, one of the reasons why the education that we do is so important to people know that he does, and me too. Our people know their options going in.
Have your husband and Joshua actually met?
Yes, several
Oh,
times.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So with that, what I have to do is we have to wrap this up because we have a mummification demo starting in a couple minutes. However, thank you, Karma, so much for the reading.
Thank you.
She has copies of the book up front. If you guys are curious about them, she's doing signed copies. Also, just a quick description on what's going on. So this is the opening exhibit. What we have on the first monitor, and then these two end monitors are videos talking about who we are, what we do, the types of people that we work with, our mission statement, all that good stuff. We have the transcripts because if we had the audio, all the audio going would blow my fucking mind. So if you need me to read it to you, I'll read it to you in my voice. But we have those. Now, over the next few months, we're going to be doing different modalities of teaching: rope, impact, sensation, and mummification demos that you've seen here today. So the first two on the right is sensation. So that's a photo shoot I did with a mistress out of California by the name of Mary Grace. It's all about sensation. The one on the left is an impact scene, a flogging scene that I did with a friend of ours by the name of Sean at the closing ceremony at Paddles. On the left here, the one that's landscape and the one that's portrait is a mummification scene that was with Slave Karma and Slave Natalie. We shot that a couple months ago. This one in the middle was with our leather sister Evie, who likes playing with food. I can still smell that scene. It was pasta and red sauce, and it was like the acid, you can say it's like, ugh. But it was a really cool fucking scene. The photos are great. These two are from rope. We're gonna be doing rope here as well. That's with our friend Raven out of DC. She's a mistress, and she came up to teach suspension a couple of months ago. Awesome rope instructor. Here we have a ton, like 400 and something photos of the stock stuff that we were trying to pull from to figure out what was here, but there was so much cool shit. It was like, I just want to get it all up. So we did a slideshow of like 400 photos here. Inside there are 4 more monitors. The 2 on the left are art pieces. We have those for sale, digital prints, and we actually have physical prints here, and on the inside. The physical prints are, I think, $10, and the digitals, Kat has the info, and she's over there. She'll have the info for that. The one with us, with Kat and I, is of Kat and I, and then the one on the right is of Kink Collective family members, people who have been with us from the beginning, who embody the philosophy people before Kink, and have always been the type of people when they walk into a space, they ask, how can I help? With that being said, yes, I'm gonna wrap up. Sorry, Zoom. I'm gonna wrap up. I'll pick the music up. You guys let me know when you're ready. Okay, awesome. All right, guys, thank you. No, my dear, you're good. You're good. It is no sweat whatsoever. Give me 1 second. When we're gonna be here every Thursday.
No, she's gonna stand. So 2 guys that I'm talking to,
Yeah.
they're Wall Street guys. He's totally on board and he wants to talk about what he.
Sorry, guys, give me a second. Blakely of Meta Betties, and they're gonna do a little performance. I'm gonna put a micro. She's got a microphone on her. I don't want to.
But they're working.
So she's got a microphone. They're recording for her. So what I'm gonna do is put our microphone down.
Sorry, you doing okay?
Yeah, they're about to do something. I gotta sit by.
Well, from my experience, you're really good with cups. You need any like water or anything?
No, no, actually, yeah, I see. But I get to nice one.
I just need to share it's so surreal to sit here at a gallery showing. It hasn't even hit now that I'm even talking about it. Hasn't even hit. Like just how. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I didn't know if you still wanted to cut back to that.
Yeah, no, this is great. This is great. And then I got a little puppy here. I know, baby. So it's like it's just a couple, just a couple. Yeah, it hasn't hit. It hasn't hit. I don't know what to think of it. But thank you guys for being here and sharing this with us. I was speaking with Karma and Natalie. No, Karma. This is Karma and Shweta years ago. Walking past galleries and saying my stuff should be hanging up one day. And I'm glad that it's me and Kat. I actually have to dress that when this is done. Kat is also half the photographs here is her. And we have some photos here from our other sister Evie. So it's like Kink Collective as artists, but also as a movement of making it okay. Making it okay.
Meta Betties. This is the traditional Meta Betties uniform. The Meta Betties Collective uses art, fashion, events, and blockchain as a catalyst for social change. So even though I'm just a digital collectible on the blockchain, my IRL events all cater towards digital activism. So whenever we have a performance, we always mint it and we make sure that it ties to a campaign that's on the Congress board this year. So the performance art piece that I'm doing right now will be going towards the Women's Protection Act, which would reinstall our constitutional rights, give doctors permission to give us medication at the appropriate time, and give us more autonomy over our bodies, which we've already fought for. But just so you know, we have a photographer here, and you will be getting up close and personal because this performance art will be minted. The video will be minted, and all proceeds will go to the Women's Protection Act. During the piece, I'll be reading from the Bible, but I'll be reading passages from Roe v. Wade and Casey versus Planned Parenthood in correlation to passages of the Bible that speak on abortion. So hopefully you can see the contradictions and the irony, and it's also my first time being homicide, so I'm very excited about that.
Well, we're gonna do some local meeting while we recite. I'm just excited doing it. We're gonna do it, holograph is home, and I'm going to slowly encase her body, till there's nothing left but we cover over her mouth, and she will be able to see it.
I'm scared of this, but I feel like this is the same way I feel every day without my rights, so let's go.
All right, that's great.
I might. The Honorable, the Chief Justice and the Associate Justices of the Supreme Court of the United States. Oyez, oyez, oyez. All persons having business before the Honorable, the Supreme Court of the United States, are admonished to draw near and give their attention, for the court is now sitting. God save the United States and this honorable court. From the book of Luke, 1:26-38. The angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary, you have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus. He will be great, and he will be called the Son of the Most High. The Lord will give him the throne of his father David, and he will reign over his descendants forever. His kingdom will never end." "How will this be?" Mary asked the angel, "since I am a virgin?" The angel answered, "The Holy Spirit will come on you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. So the Holy One to be born will be called the Son of God." Mr. Chief Justice, and may the court, Roe v. Wade and Planned Parenthood versus Casey haunt our country. They have no basis in the Constitution. They have no home in our history or tradition. They've damaged the democratic process. They've poisoned the law. They've choked off compromise. For 50 years, they've kept this court at the center of a political battle that it can never resolve. And 50 years on, they stand alone. Nowhere else does this court recognize the right to end human life. Roe and Casey have failed, but the people, if given the chance, will succeed. This court should overrule Roe and Casey and uphold the state's law. I welcome the court's questions. You make a very forceful argument and identify the important interests that are at stake in this issue. No doubt about that. The other side says, though, that there are two interests at stake. There's also the interest in fetal life at stake as well. And in your brief, you say that the existing framework accommodates that your words, both in the interest of the pregnant woman and the interest of the fetus. The problem, I think, though, on the other side would say that the reason the issue is hard is that you can't accommodate both interests. You have to pick. That's the fundamental problem. And one interest has to prevail over the other, given any given point in time. Has to prevail over the other at any given point in time. And that's why this is so challenging, I think. And the question then becomes, what does the Constitution say about that? And I just want to get to your reaction, what the other side's theme is, not to mention prior questions. When you have those two interests at stake, and both are important, as you acknowledge. Can we do a link check? Am I good? Book of Numbers, 20 through 22. If she had made herself impure and been unfaithful to her husband, this will be the result. When she is made to drink the water that brings a curse and causes a bitter suffering, it will end her and her abandonment will swell, and her womb will miscarry, and she will become cursed. Then the woman is to say, Amen, so be it. Okay. I am the virgin whore from hell. Mary had a fucking life. Book of Numbers, 20 through 22. If she had made herself impure and been unfaithful to her husband, this will be the result. When she is made to drink the water and curse and cause bitter suffering, her womb will miscarry and she will become a curse. Then the woman is to say, Amen. So be it. Amen. So be it. Amen. So be it. Should I drop it?
It looked like he was nervous as heck.
Right
I
there.
kind of did that for the night.
Oh, okay.
No, I was very comfortable with her.
I just saw you, like, breathing heavy. I was like, oh, is she nervous? That is so
Yeah,
cool.
but you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about losing my voice.
No.
Yeah.
And there's a microphone as well, so.
Yes.
Shouldn't you have it?
No, it's questions
Oh.
for the people who are watching on Zoom.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Hi. So I know you said that you've never done mummification before, or like this is going to be the first time. I find the resemblance between the message and also mummification very actually powerful, because if you view the rapping as like the government silencing a woman's voice, I don't know if you thought of
Definitely.
that tied in, but like it was very powerful to just see and watch. So it's less of a question, more like a congratulations, because I was like, I saw the vision.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many kinks that Meta Betties focuses on, but we've never been wrapped because usually the pinup girl has a very straightforward stare and she's holding what she means. She's very like powerful. But for this, you know, when even a pinup girl, even collectibles, a digital avatar's rights are taken away, I thought, let's be powerless for once.
Mm.
How did that? Rapping is very hot as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, you said to be powerless for once. So it
Mhm.
sounds like in your normal life, you're not usually powerless, but how did that feel?
Well, because I'm surrounded by Kink Collective, it feels very safe. I can't imagine being this vulnerable in a different setting, though, to be honest. I'm very much a dom. Like, I like to be in charge. So, different setting for me.
Oh.
What was the inspiration for your reading selection?
What? I wanted to find the most appropriate Bible passages that were supporting abortion and read them against the actual transcripts of Roe v. Wade and Casey versus Planned Parenthood.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit? Do I? I don't know. Oh, guys, I don't know. I don't know this.
How would you answer questions?
Oh. You get sweaty in here.
Yes, you do get sweaty.
And you, is that what,
So now you're a sweaty.
I'm a sweaty Betty. Or cat, yeah.
Or cat.
Yeah.
Awesome, so.
You're a very sexy rapper.
You're a very sexy rappy.
Oh, thank you.
I will take this. All right, folks, so I'm gonna put the music back on while
Yeah.
you guys wrap up here.
I help?
What's the schedule, Mama?
So at 5, this is the Q&A, so 5 o'clock is vlogging and then Q&A after that.
At 5 o'clock, we're doing a flogging demo. Who's doing the flogging? Cat. Okay, Cat and Shweta are doing the flogging. Cat will be topping, Shweta will be bottoming. We have our spanking bench up front, which we'll pull out and we get to use it. You should have seen it when they the security came by, the mall security, and they were like looking at all of it. It was pretty funny. And then the Port Authority came by and they were out there. It was pretty cool. Can I give you the beautiful
Yes,
puppy?
thank you.
All right, folks, I'm gonna throw on the music. Folks, I'm gonna turn the music back on and enjoy the arts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you guys. I didn't finish giving you guys a tour of the art. So let me jump on here with you guys one more time. All right, so that was all this art. Let me go over this way. So look at the art we have for sale. And the beloved family, the members. And we have some art here, some prints up right there. So let's do a couple of it. You do that. We'll let this cycle through. I'm gonna go say hi to somebody real quick. Actually, that's Natalie. That's her Bob. That's me. One of my many faces. If you're gonna cycle with me, you're gonna see a couple of different people. I have to say hi to someone, so I will be right back.
The dog wants to be tied up.
So that's the thing about.
Yeah, but he also wants to. What yeah, that was pretty straightforward. You need to tag that. You know.
I'm scared of that. I got like big.
You never seen one on top of it. Of course you do.
I think that's sexy. Around the skin. But that's, to me, that's really hot. Things like this.
Outside of the workplace.
From behind this rubber.
I'm just watching this.
They'll connect one working range, actually. Yeah. Yeah. It just feels. So. So I didn't forget about you. I didn't forget about you, but I'm gonna bring you over to these two photos now. Let's see. I'll do one and one. I'll do this one. This is one of my favorite pieces. All these pieces are for sale. We have them. So you can contact us if you're interested, and we have digital.
I'm angling your options for sure. Now, we're in proper.
I mean, it's.
I mean,
Yeah.
He wants to come.
Alright, I was thought it was fun. Yeah. Sorry, but I didn't like it because you weren't there to finish it for me. It was too much and you forced me to finish it. It's fun, putting it straight to you. I'm like, I can't finish the whole thing. In order to finish, you'll finish it. You cut the hair again. Oh, it was like here. Yes. Very specific though. Almost FBA, like it's kind of square, like professional. Yeah, it's games, you know, there was like this when they were tall and like yeah, that had this sort of like living forces. Yeah, I know it. It's kind of like grandma. I took about makeup. No, my next time. You know, how did it change? I mean, my guy.
Yeah,
All right, folks, I'm gonna bring you back over this way. Did you see this? No one think you did. Do this over here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're about to do demos. One second. Talking about doing the flogging demo.
It specifically uses this type of an implement. It's got handle, leather falls, and it's used for sensation. It doesn't have to be painful, like we've been saying all day. It feels really good. When I bottom for it, for me, it does more for me than when people talk about what massage does for them, this does for me, right? So this is therapeutic. It's healing. It's fun. It feels good. And it's only painful if you want it to be. And then again, it probably wouldn't be painful to you if it felt good to you. So we just did a little negotiation. I checked in with her to see how she's doing, how she's feeling in her body, what would be helpful. And that's another whole thing, negotiation, which is something we help people with and talk about. So I'm just going to use, we have a couple different floggers here, and I'm just going to do a simple little flogging scene. And you can watch, and then we'll do questions when we're done. Your head's that way. Yeah. Okay. Are you comfortable with it? Something with a beat. All right. Are you comfortable here? Okay. So here. Nice. Am I tickling you? No, go ahead. You really nail up on this one. Can you posture up on this? Is that landing? Good? Yeah. Okay. Can I spank you a little? Yeah. So there you have it. Well. Questions? I've left the room speechless.
I wanna say that was some sexy fucking shit. That's number one. Number two, my question was for you. Well, I know the mic is there. For you, was that turning you on?
So Kat and I have played for a long time. I usually actually like playing heavier is what turns me on. This was nice in terms of like Kat mentioned a massage earlier. Like as a kid, everyone's imagined going through the car wash. If you were the person going through the car wash, what it would feel like. That's what I imagine it would feel like, is what a flogger feels like. It's actually, I have chronic pain in my back and shoulders, and my shoulders are really tense. It's the only thing that helps relax them. Even light flogging.
I was watching you breathe and I was like, I don't know if you're in pain or you was turned on, and I'm
Nothing
just looking
hurt.
at you and I'm just like wondering, were you excited? Because there's no way you could
So-
spank my butt and I'm not getting turned on.
Well, so this is, I mean, Kat and I, like, this is my family member, roommate, like, we've been together like a long time, like in this family. So for me, it wasn't sexual, it was sensual, and there's a difference with that. It felt really nice, the same, I mean, better than when I go for massages, because massages don't get the right places, right?
In all fairness, we negotiated a little bit before, and she told me about the stress that she's having, the pain in her shoulder area. So the intention behind this was healing. The intention was for pain relief, for stress relief. I know that she really likes it. She also has a really high threshold, so nothing that I did was even remotely came close to any of her thresholds for discomfort or pain. So mostly our intention here today was for her to have some relief from the stress she holds in this part of her back.
I was noticing that you kept hitting that specific part, and then you was massaging it. So I was like, I was curious, like, why just you stayed in that area so much?
Because we talked about it in advance.
Okay.
And also, if you think about it in terms of like water temperature, right? Like baths might be, people like them really hot, people like them kind of lukewarm, somewhere in between. Like the purpose here was different. So that was lukewarm, nothing hurt. It was just very sensual, but not painful at all.
Looking at it, for me, it looks slightly painful for you, but baby,
It sounds
sensual
worse.
for me, 'cause that
You can
was
come feel it on your arm
sexy.
later, right after this, because it sounds worse than it actually is. That's what
I was so turned on.
that is my favorite sound in the world, though.
Oh my
Floggers.
God, mine too. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
So other questions? Other people have questions?
Going from different levels of floggers. I think there was like a smaller one, and then you got the
I
big
showed her
one.
what I had.
Okay.
And in any sort of negotiation of what I do is I'm like, here's all the things. Are you good with all of them? Are there some things you're not good with? Should we take them off the table so that once we start, what I have to work with, we've already agreed is okay to use.
And it was her choice, right?
Yeah. No, she could have told me not that one.
I'm pretty sure anything is okay. Like, this is not our first tango.
Okay.
Right. And she knows these floggers.
Nice.
But I would do that with anyone, would be to say, here's all the things I'm thinking about using. Tell me what you're not comfortable with, and we'll just take that off the table and we won't use that. Sure. Yeah. So we've boiled down negotiation to a short form we call MIT-PISA. I won't bore you with all the details, but if you'd like to learn more about it, any of us can talk to you about it. It's an acronym to remember the things that are important to go over so that you can play safely with your partner. Marks, injuries and illnesses, triggers and turnoffs, things that you need to know about in case you encounter that in the time that you play together, and you would need to know so that you can be safe. So that's what this is, and if you want to know more about it, just come ask us. Thank you. Safer.
What is a turn on and turn off? Like, let's say when you spanking the whole thing, if the stockings doesn't go out, it doesn't turn me on, to be honest. So what is that boundary which you are looking at it, like in that process?
It's whatever the person says, right? Like, you just gave a specific
Because
example
if
that
you
applies
start
to
getting
you.
the consent on the whole shit, then either of the partners is not in the right directions. I mean,
Well, that's why you negotiate, right? So
Yeah,
like, if
okay.
you're gonna play with someone and for you stockings is a turn on, then you'd probably ask your partner to wear
Okay.
stockings or to have
Got
you
it.
wear stockings or whatever, whichever way it goes, right? So that's what the negotiation part is. So like, if Kat wanted to use a cane in the middle of the scene, because it's Kat, I would say yes, but for anybody else, I'd probably be like, no, that's a turn off for me.
but do you say to Joshua to yes for that, what you talked about her right now?
It depends on who I'm playing with. I've played with these two for
Okay.
5 or 6 years, or 8 years and
Got it.
6 years. That's very different than the average person, right? So it
Thank
makes
you.
a big difference in
Appreciate that.
negotiation.
Thank you.
And this is just a flogging demo, right? Specifically for today. But the truth is if you're going to play with someone, you can use multiple modalities at one time, right? Like, you don't have to limit your play to just one thing at a time, but you just have to negotiate all of it up front. Questions? More questions? That's the official end of the program.
Awesome. So thank you, folks, for your beautiful demo. So I think it's like 5:20 now, 5:20-ish. We're scheduled to go to 6. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the music back on, mingle, come up, talk to us. If you have any questions about who we are, what we do, just a quick rundown. From here to the end of the year, we're going to be here every Thursday teaching. All of our classes are going to be out of here. Do you have off the top of your head the first 4 weeks?
Yes, so we're gonna start here next week on Thursday. The whole month of August will be BDSM 101 type of classes. We're gonna do, the first one is like, what is kink? And the next one is, what is kink to me? And how would I interact with another person? Then we're gonna talk about kink in the community. Then on the fourth one, we're gonna do 4 different demos will be available, which will be a foreshadowing of the classes we're gonna do for the rest of the year. And then on the 5th Thursday, we're gonna do our foundational course called Connection Simplified, which is gonna come in anticipation of the final weekend in August, where we're gonna do our in-person 48-hour intensive. So that's sort of the basic rundown. You can find all of this on kinkcollectivenyc or on FED if you have a FED account, that everything we do is listed in both places.
Awesome. And then every Friday, we're opening our space up in East Harlem as an open play space from 6 to 10 p.m., where you can come and take everything you've learned throughout the week and go practice, where the lights are up, the music is down, so that you guys can talk about technique, teach each other, coach each other, connect on a community level where this conversation is normal to have, and there's no pressure to play. It's just a place to exist. Every last Saturday of the month, every 4th Saturday of the month, we have different things going on here. We have the intensive.
We on next month, on the 24th, we have our leather night and covering ceremony, right? So that's the 4th Saturday, right before the weekend of the intensive. So do you want to talk about the covering ceremony?
No, that's a whole to-do.
Whole other thing. So yes, we got lots going on, but yes, every 4th Saturday of the month, we'll be here doing an event of some kind or another.
In the next week or two, we're going to have a totally new website that's going to talk about all of the program that we do, from the free stuff on social media to the mentorship group to the one-on-one counseling. We're in the middle of this big transition over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's really exciting. We're super excited. So stay tuned for all of the fun stuff coming up.
So for the folks who haven't heard, all the artwork here has been taken either by myself, by Kat, or by one of our leather sisters, Evie. We enjoy capturing the energy and essence of what BDSM is. Most of these pieces out here are from different stories. The stuff back there on the left is art, and the other stuff is more family member stuff and cool stuff. If you have any questions about the art, the photography, the shirts that we have for sale, if you're into fisting, those 2 on the left are our fisting shirts. No, fisting's the thing. Listen, I love it. I love fisting. Any other questions? Anything else? Did I miss anything? Miss anything for you guys? Tom, you had your hand up? Oh, yes. So starting not next week, but the week after. So I'm on a panel called Uncovered Conversations, but I'm gonna be stepping away from that starting in August, because we're going to be focusing on this mentorship group. A lot of our time and energy is going into how impactful this has been on a number of levels. And it's really where we've been able to make the largest impact for people. So we're going to be drawing in our resources so that we can focus on transitioning what we've been doing to providing more education and space for growth within the community for the watchers. We're also going to be expanding on Beyond the Collar. That is Slave Natalie's and Slave Mary's discussion group too, because that has taken a huge grip on a lot of people who are curious about submission and the power exchange. So we're going to make sure that we can keep supporting that as well. So thank you, Tom, for reminding me. With that.
And then when we wrap here at 6, and then for any of you who want to come and join us, we're going to be over at the beer garden next door. If you didn't know, there's a beautiful outdoor beer garden, and the managers there have been kind enough to offer us a 15% discount. They have food and drinks. So if you'd like to come and join us, we're going to go hang out there after we're done wrapping here. So you're all invited to come.
Yeah, awesome. It's the cool ass building with all the graffiti on the side. Right, all the heads nodding. Yeah, that building. I was like, that badass building. All right. So one more thing, we have art for sale. The pictures are $10. It's nothing crazy. And don't forget, we have our bartender here. Lace, thank you so much for helping us out.
Are you stepping away from Uncovered permanently or just for a little bit?
this mission that we all have to normalize the conversation about things we should all be able to talk about openly and honestly. So it's really exciting to be here and have the opportunity to push the needle forward.
Blakely, would you like to speak real quick? Awesome. Yes, thank you.
No, thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy that this has started. I'm really proud of Kink Collective for the beautiful curation. Like the narrative that you guys presented in the space is exactly what I was hoping for. I hope everyone had a good time. And if you follow Meta Betties on X and Instagram, you can see my upcoming events with Kink Collective and not. So just keep coming and stay involved. Thank you so much.
And talk to her about how you can get involved with her art on the blockchain.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that means, ask her about it.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. All right, Zoomers, I'm gonna wrap up with you guys. I'm gonna put the music on. Give me a second. One second, brother. Let me just wrap this up. All right, folks. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. No, you good, brother. You guys, you all good. Let me look at the chat real quick. I don't want to hang up on you guys.
Hey Joshua, are you stepping away from Uncovered permanently, or are you gonna just for a little time?
All right, here we go. All right, so let's jump in the chat real quick. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you so much, Master Hurricane. Yes, negotiation is important. Awesome. If you were interested in some of the artwork or the shirts, please reach out to me. We can get them mailed out to you ASAP. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for being here with us for this momentous opportunity. So it's temporary at the moment. I have no idea what is going to be in the future. We have had this huge shift in what we're doing here at the Kink Collective, and it's like, it's been a long road getting here. And now that I feel that there's been a change, I feel like I have to put my weight into what I'm doing. So it's temporary at the moment, but we'll see what the future holds. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for coming out, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. And we'll be on Zoom much, much more. Thank you. We'll chat soon.